in some pre-war warehouse getting beat up by 3 goons uglier than a super mutant on a bad hair day. Hanging from some large metal hook, all bundled up like some sort of present. Well, happy birthday, Dixon. You got yourself wrapped up in a whole heap of trouble this time. Seems like only a week ago I was sitting in my office when some dame walked in. Her platinum blonde hair was as inviting as the memory of the retriever I had when I was a kid. Reminded me of all those hot and humid summers that we'd play ball and splash around in the Potomac. Now, if her hair didn't pull me in, it was that red sequin dress that brought me back to when I was younger. When you'd meet your special girl outside the movie house and she'd peck you right in front of the fellas. That special warm feeling that fleets with age. And she was giving me a 10-course meal of emotions that I hadn't felt since I was a boy.
Oh, Detective Dixon, you must help me. I'm in such distress. My brother Robbie, he's gone missing. He's working with Rex Lincoln, you see. He's a scaver looking for pre-war missiles to sell to the Enclave. It's not honest work, but it pays well. Please, oh, Detective Dixon, I know you have the best track record amongst all the private digs in the DC
Old
area.
Rex Lincoln, 2-bit criminal turned mafia don. Seemed as if my last few big jobs, all roads led to Rex. This one time, I thought I was about to get him, and I walked right up to his door and it was locked. But it seemed as if the key was not under the mat. Maybe this would finally be my chance to pick that door and open him up to a world of justice.
That's why, Detective, I just doubt I could go on living in this cruel, cold world without my little brother Robbie by my side. So, what do you say, Dixon? Would you help little old me out?
Look here, miss. Rex isn't the type to be taken lightly. And I don't even know if Robbie's out there. And hell, I don't even know if I could bring him back.
You have to do everything that you can. I have the caps, I promise. Please, Detective, please, you must help me.
There I was, looking deep into a brown well of emotion. I saw hurt. I saw despair. I even saw a little bit of myself. I was hesitant, but how was I supposed to say no to those eyes? I told her I'd take the job and it'd be half up front and half upon mastering. I rang up Alec and told him we had work. Alec's a good kid. Funny story how we met. A couple of neighborhood rabble-rousers were giving him the whip. Called up old Dixon to help him on out. He reminds me of myself at that age. Tons of chutzpah, with his back against the wall. Alec, meet me outside Rivet City at the usual meeting place.
You betcha, Double D.
I met my protege outside the bridge and gave him the skinny. Look here, kid. We need to go into this old rust bucket and see if anyone's got any dirt on Rex or his kind.
You want me to schmooze with the ladies, Double D? Want me to play the Lost Kid act again?
Nah, not this time, kid. We need to play it smooth like little babies.
I got you, Double D.
We entered into the dark, dank hull of the cruiser to a small watering hole known as the Muddy Rudder. It was the kind of place that a parent would go to forget that they had children and run from the fact that she brought them into this godforsaken wasteland. A warm, claustrophobic, wet embrace, like your mother wrapping you up in a blanket deep into the night before she scolds you for being late. A real bittersweet memory.
Looky over there, Double D. It's Rex's right-hand man, Lou the Ghoul.
So check this out. I've got a big score coming from the Arkansas trade people. They come in from these caravanners. They were delivering something for the Brotherhood. I didn't know what all this extra support is needed for from the Taloners. We're gonna ambush them and take all of it. Everything they have. I'll be swimming in the caps, me and the boss, and the old Rex is gonna be real good to me.
Lou was drunkenly giving away his secret recipe to the crime-ridden pie, and being a ghoul, he had to be a little more than just 3 sheets to the wind. He had to be the whole damn bedset.
So I gotta head back to the warehouse. The boss and me is meeting up to finalize all these plans, you see. We's about to be happier than a pig in shit. Yes, we is. Yes, we is. Rex might even promote me on the spot tonight.
Alrighty, Alec, here's the plan. I'm gonna split, tail this drunken lowlife to wherever it is he's headed. I want you to stay behind and see if you can get any extra details on him or the rest of his frock.
Be careful, Double D.
In 2 hours' time, meet me outside this rust bucket, and if I'm not back, the business is yours.
You got yourself a deal, boss.
So there I was, following a drunken man down a dark alley on a rainy night. He had me going left, he had me going right, side to side, and I followed him through a maze of twisted metal and rubble, spinning me around like a pre-war record. After what almost seemed like an exercise in futility, we rounded the corner to the Parsons Brothers fishing packery. And as soon as I got there, he disappeared into the darkness, lost in the shadows, and the faint smell of fish that never seemed to fade away. To make sure that I had all my bases covered, I took out my magnum as I hugged the wall, and my damp trench coat left a snail's trail after me. And that was mistake number one. After what can only be described as an eternity of sneaking around corners and covering my tracks, out of the corner of my left eye, I got a small glance at Rex Lincoln. I rushed after him. Mistake number two. I subcontracted my feelings to do a little extra work on this job. As I ran in, I let those feelings get a little overtime as I shouted out to Rex. Rex! I heard a tripwire snap, and the next thing I know, I was hanging upside down from the ceiling. Rex Lincoln, you two-bit swine, I'll have you pay for your crimes you've committed in the past and what you've done towards Miss King. Detective Donald Dixon. Why do you get all hung up on my goings-on? Where's Robbie, Rex?
You shouldn't care about Robbie. You should care about yourself.
Miss King?
Oh, Detective, I played you like a fiddle.
But why, Miss King, why?
You see, Dick, Robbie got a little tied up selling secrets to the Brotherhood and wanted to blow my operation clear out of the water.
Miss King, how could you do such a thing to your own brother?
Detective, you certainly can't be that daft. He's one of Rex's goons. Mr. Lincoln and I have been shacking up ever since I moved to this one Brahmin town.
But why get me involved then? Why not just deal with Robbie and leave me out of it?
2 red roaches, 1 stone, Dick. Lou, Dolph, Cheech. Take care of Mr. Dixon for us, will you?
How did I end up like this? In some pre-war warehouse getting beat up by 3 goons uglier than a super mutant on a bad hair day.
Now the boss had to seen this one coming, but I followed him all the way to the Parsons Brothers fish packery. I don't care how long he's been in the business, a little backup goes a long way. I trailed him, keeping my distance, running from fire escape and rooftops. I was swinging around like Jangles the Moon Monkey. I studied Lou the Ghoul and Double D as they entered the old fish packery. They both made a mistake, entering through the front door. Already having my vantage point, I snuck in through the window on the top floor.
I should have told the boy to tail me. He could have gotten me out of this jam.
Once I was inside the big warehouse, I looked around for any clues that could have shown me to where Double D and those thugs could have gone, until I spotted mistake number 2, a snail trail left behind by Donnie Dixon's trench coat. Rookie move, Detective, rookie move. The rainy wake left behind by my old sleuthing buddy was enough to lead me to the prize. Double D up by his feet on some large metal hook as some of Rex's goons beat the plasma out of him. I let out our signature call to be subtle, but still let him know I was there. Infamous, unmissable call of the pre-war owl. And just like that, our eyes met.
Me all hung up on Rex's goons.
And I getting a vantage point in the rafters, waiting for my chance to strike. And just in the nick of time, I saw the opportunity and took advantage of my surroundings. For some reason, there was a grand piano being used as a counterweight to hold up my private eye friend. I cut the ropes that were holding it up, crushing 3 goons in a glorious bloody mess. Double D shot out to me in the rafters, and I freed him from those chains that bounded him. Hey, Double D, what you up to? Just hanging around?
Look here, kid. Leave the wisecracks up to me. Quick, if we can get back down to the main level, we can go after Rex and Miss King. But first, we need to free Robbie.
Oh! Holy crap. Thanks, Mr. Dixon. You really saved my hide there.
It's all in a day's work, son. Now be on your way. We have some business to settle. And just like that, me and my pal Alec were once again on the road to putting the squeeze on old Rex and Miss King.
Any idea where they went, Double D?
They ran out the back door like a couple of cowards. We ran at a breakneck speed towards their last known location, back into the wasteland, while the rain really started to come down. And there was Mr. Lincoln, in between me and the Potomac River with nowhere else to run. Noticing the predicament that he was in, he whipped out his pistol, grabbed Miss King, and put it to her temple. A real rock and a hard place. Stop right there, Rex. There's nowhere else left to run. It's over, I exclaimed to him as I drew my magnum.
Detective, if this just so happens to be our final meeting, may I ask a question of you?
Get on with it, Rex.
What gives you the right to impose your special blend of justice on me? What makes your outlook so much better than everyone else who perceives this world? An overinflated sense of ego? An overwhelming sense of self-right? Or are you just running from something, Detective?
Enough with the theatrics! Blow him away already!
Not now, sweetheart. The men are talking. So what will it be, Mr. Dixon?
Let the lady go, Rex. She doesn't need to be hurt.
I need an answer, Detective, or the lady here will be missing a large fragment of her skull.
I had enough with this character, and so did my feelings that I subcontracted to help out on the job. So I took my shot. As I raised my sidearm up to take aim at him, it was almost as if the world around me had stopped, letting me take the most precise shot that I could, and yet, still wasn't quick enough. The spineless shill of a human being that is Rex Lincoln moved Miss King in the way, taking the bullet in her shoulder as he ran away. I tried to rescue her, but she shoved me off and ran into the direction of Rivet City to seek refuge of some sort.
What happened, boss? How did you get wrapped up in this mess?
Mistake number 4, kid. Never trust a dame with a misty eye.
I just gotta ditch town for a little bit. Just a little while. I just gotta get back to the safe house and grab all my loot out of the safe, and I should have enough for 2, maybe 3 weeks. Just enough for that pesky detective.
You thought you got away with this, Rex?
How did you find me?
Again with these pointless questions.
I don't think you understand what you're about to do if you kill me. You're about to make a very, very powerful enemy. All of this is going to be getting back to Mr. Gould.
A few days later, Alec and I were going over the notes of another case that we were going to undertake.
Wow, this is going to be my first real job.
What do you mean, Al? We've been on tons of jobs before.
Yeah, but now I own the business. You took more than 2 hours' time, and I had to save you from those goons. I think with the money from this job, I'm going to change the sign outside from Don Dixon's Detective Agency to Alex's Detective Agency.
Well, then it's nice to meet you, boss. I was working for the original owner for more than 20 years. You think maybe I can get a pay raise?
I'll see if it's within our budget. Hey everybody, this is Kyle. You might recognize me from a previous podcast. This was written by me with the help of Vince and Declan, and I did the voice of Alec. But it was very fun coming up with this idea.
Tune in next time for another dramatic and mysterious tale of Detective Dixon.
Atomic Radio Hour.